I went on Portland radio the other day and was talking about baseball in Portland. And a subject came up about basketball in Portland and whether or not there was going to come a time when Steve Allen, wow, cut that out because that's even old for me. 4869. There's going to come a time in Portland when the estate of Paul Allen will have to sell that team. When Paul Allen passed away, he made it very clear what was going to happen with the teams he owned, Seahawks, Trailblazers. They will be sold and the proceeds will go to charity. In the meantime, the franchises will be a part of my estate, and that part of my estate will be run by my sister, Jody Allen. But then Jody Allen will sell these teams immediately. Seahawks, Sounders, etc. Well, Paul Allen died quite a few years ago, and still owning the Seahawks, still owning the Sounders, which are not currently for sale yet, and the Trailblazers. And finally, what I said would happen has happened. While it wasn't an official wait to see, we covered this and said that team's got to be sold. It is a violation of the estate, of the agreements, of the will, of whatever testament and testimony Paul Allen may have given at whatever time he gave it, that these teams should be sold. But Jody Allen, she liked it. She liked owning a team. She didn't like talking to the media, but she liked owning a team and said, we're going to wait. We're going to wait till it's good and ready and baked. Well, guess what? Do you remember what her statement was? A time will come when that change, given Paul's plans to dedicate the vast majority of his wealth to philanthropy, but estates of this size and complexity could take 10 to 20 years to wind down. Let me give you some advice. If your estate takes 10 to 20 years to wind down, you had the wrong estate attorney. There is no preordained timeline by which the teams must be sold. That is true, but there is also no reason why they haven't. So now, the Trailblazers announced that Paul Allen's estate has begun the process to find a new owner. Hallelujah. The guy's been dead for 7 years. Who's going to buy the Trailblazers and at what money? I love when people come out public and try to quash any talk of anything they'd be doing. Phil Knight did it yesterday in a way that absolutely made me laugh. Phil Knight came out and just basically said, I'm not interested in buying the Trailblazers. I'm old. He said 5 years ago when I was a younger man, by the way, he's 87. 5 years ago when I was a younger man, I had a great interest in being a part of the Trailblazers. However, at my current age, I can confirm that I no longer have interest in acquiring the team. My sole great interest is 2 feet on the floor at the start of every day and the occasional dollop. No, that's not his quote. Why did that make it into the rundown? All he said is, I can confirm that I no longer have interest in acquiring the team. Don't make fun of an 87-year-old. We've got one octogenarian listening to this show right now. And when you're octogenarian plus 7, you're thinking to yourself, do I really need the aggravation of owning a team? Have I not given enough to my community? I was there 5 years ago offering a couple billion, but no, the estate said we're going to hold it. And there are some charities that may benefit from that because the way NBA franchise valuations have gone, it certainly would appear that they're going to sell for more than what Phil Knight was offering. I wonder if that's at the end of the day why Phil Knight did not want to buy the team. I don't know about his health, but certainly he has the ability to surround himself with people who would operate the team. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, Coca. I'm doing a quick thing with my resume here and sending this out to Phil Knight. All right. So he needs someone to run the team. And then he needs some finance people to handle the finance. And then he needs some basketball people to try to figure out how to get Chauncey Billups to win. I think he should do it. Right now, the Blazers are going through an entire sales process that's going to take a long time. He was the natural buyer, but we're going to get another announcement here shortly from another guy who will be rumored and leaked to buy a team. I'd love that name to be Mark Cuban, him leaving the Mavericks for good the way he has and buying another team and beating the Mavericks. It would be a chef's kiss. Not going to happen. What about our usual guy? Jeff Bezos, are you stepping up to buy the Trailblazers? Because you, my friend, are the stalking horse that is used by every team for sale to get the price up. You are every team's Jeter. There's got to be a rumor about you and about you buying this team, or else the Trailblazers will not be maximizing their value. I think that's likely going to happen here, is that you're going to read about some rumors about some people being interested, because the goal here is to get this team sold at above the Mavericks amount. While the Trailblazers do not seem on paper, likely falsified by certain magazines, to be worth 3.5, my argument is they absolutely will not be sold for under 3.5 billion. The NBA cannot have a transaction coming off the Celtics transaction of 6.1 going to 7.3 that doesn't result in the rising of the tides of every other franchise, the rising in the asset value of every other franchise. Otherwise, the whole Celtics deal is for naught. That's the whole thing that you hope for in every transaction, that every other team will get the benefit of that transaction. Portland is going to sell for more than 3.5, and you can book it. You can put it as a wait to see. I think it's my second wait to see of the day. Portland will sell for more than the Mavericks.